What's up, everyone? Dylan here, and today I want to talk about 5 essential steps to starting a successful Bitcoin consulting business. So, like, comment, share below, and let's get into this video. So, step one, if you're just starting out, I recommend picking up a copy of my Bitcoin Business Accelerator book. You can get this on Amazon, or you can check the link below to get a PDF copy of the book. This book will outline everything that you need, or just about everything you need to get started as a Bitcoin consultant. And believe it or not, it's a lot easier than you think. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you can find that all in the book. So let's talk about 5 other ways, 5 key steps that you can take to get started with your successful Bitcoin consulting business. So number one, and this is with any market, is you need to define your niche. You need to know who you're going after. You need to know what their problems are, what their wants, needs, desires are, what their values are, so you can speak to those and you can bring a solution to the table that they recognize that there's value in. Okay. There's nothing worse than trying to, as they say, cast pearls before swine. Don't cast pearls before swine. And basically what that means is don't try to bring solid information and knowledge in front of someone that doesn't want, need, or appreciate that, because it's going to make you feel like you don't have something important, even though you do. And I believe you do as a Bitcoin consultant. Spreading the word about Bitcoin, educating people about Bitcoin is one of the best things that you can do, because I think Bitcoin is the future. That's my personal opinion. So you need to find your niche and see where you fit in. And one quick piece of advice for defining your niche. Think about a niche that you have affinity with. Let's say your background is in real estate. Okay. Maybe you should look at real estate investors and try to work specifically with real estate investors on adding Bitcoin to their portfolios, or maybe even selling their properties for Bitcoin, because you have affinity with that group and people in that group. You don't have to form a whole new group. They see you as one of their own, so you can understand their wants, needs, desires, and problems. Or if you're a financial advisor, work with financial advisors. If you're a lawyer, work with lawyers. Find people that you already have affinity with and start there. You can always branch out later, but it's much easier to tap into a market and a network and a niche that you already have connections to and with. So start there and branch out. Number two, you need to build industry knowledge. One of the biggest things I preach is education, which is why I make these videos, is why I wrote the book, Educate, which is what you're doing really as a Bitcoin consultant, right? Not financial advice, you're educating them, but you are educating people on what Bitcoin is, but you have to educate yourself. So one of the best ways to do it is to go out there and do the things yourself. So think about the process of how you got started in Bitcoin, or if you don't know, learn the process. Reach out to someone like myself or get a copy of my book right here to learn the process about what Bitcoin is, how to buy it, where to buy it from, what are the pros and cons and trade-offs, how to store it, how to send it, right? And how to save it, how to keep it safe. Understand that process. And when you do that, you're building that foundation, you're building that knowledge that you can then go share with someone else. I think that's essential, but doing that doesn't take too long. You just got to commit the time to learn about that. And so that's the foundation. The next thing is just stay up to date with what's going on in the industry. It's very valuable because think about this. If you say, I'm going to be a Bitcoin consultant, right? You need to know what's going on. What are the major thought leaders in the industry saying? What are the major conferences coming up? What are the major events, global events that are impacting how people are perceiving Bitcoin? What part of the cycle that we're in? All these things are important for you to stay up to date on. And the powerful thing about that is not only are you up to date with this information, so you can better apply these topics, apply this information to your own strategy, but you can also share them with your clients, because your clients are everyday people. Your clients aren't Bitcoin consultants. They don't have the time to be studying this thing 24/7. That's what you're there for. That's why they pay you to do that. You are their informant. You are their person. And it's okay for them to pay you to give them synthesized information, right? That is perfectly fine. That is a value add. Synthesized, clear, concise, relevant information for an individual, extremely valuable, because that makes it easier for them to make decisive actions, right? Because they know the source. They can, if they trust you, if you built that trust, they trust you. It saves them a ton of time and can save them a ton of money. So build that industry knowledge. That's number two. Number three is develop a solid network. Your network is your net worth. Can't say that more. Your network is your net worth. You need to actually go out and create connections. All business is connections with people and understanding what their wants, needs, and desires are, and seeing if you have a solution to that problem. And that's all it is, right? Fundamentally, that's what it is. Now, you can be working in a business, right? And the businesses are doing that, and you can be working in the business to facilitate those solutions or to solve those problems, and that's totally fine. But when you're starting your own business, you need to create that network. So go out and meet people in your area, meet people in your niche. That's key. So meet your target market, meet the people that you will actually serve, that will be your clients. And the other part of networking is meet people that have audiences and have potential clients that you could help but aren't being served. Okay. So find thought leaders in your industry, connect with them, do interviews with them, go to events, see these people, buy their books, comment, follow them on social media, build that network, establish your presence. And of course, this can take time, but when you do this and when you do this appropriately and correctly and professionally and respectfully, pretty soon people will start coming to you because they want to add you to their network. And that's very powerful. So the better you are at doing this, the more successful your business will be, because what this means is you will always have an audience and always have people that you can help. Which brings us to number 4, establish your brand. This is more important today than ever before, right? Having a personal brand online is key, right? We've seen the diversification and the decentralization of media, of businesses, of everything. We are in the influencer world, the influencer economy. People don't trust massive corporations. People don't, especially in the Bitcoin space, they don't trust massive corporations. They don't trust massive media outlets. They don't trust them. Who they trust? They trust individuals that have demonstrated over time that they do the work. And the way you do that is demonstrating the work over time, showing up, creating your personal brand, putting yourself out there, engaging in conversation, being a face people have seen, a voice they've listened to, so they can start to know and trust you. So establishing your brand is essential. So you can't just be like, I want to do this business, but I don't want to network. I don't want to go out of my house. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to produce videos. I don't want to do anything like that. If you don't do those things, and I've been guilty of that, you don't get any results, right? No one knows you exist. You need people to know you exist. And one of the best ways is a personal brand. And if you establish that personal brand, right, the sky can really be the limit, because there's extreme value in that. There's extreme value in that personal brand and creating it and building it. And if you don't know where to start, the best thing to do is just start. Or like I said, I'm gonna pitch my book again, but get a copy of the Bitcoin Business Accelerator. It will help you get started like that. So just start making videos, just start making content, right? Putting yourself out there, going to events, going to conferences. Build that brand today versus saying one more day I'll do it. Make today day one. And that brings us to number 5 is offer value added services. So you want to offer differentiated services than just traditional consulting. So you can offer educational resources, workshops, other things like that, things that tap into your expertise. So you want to be able to say, okay, you have your consulting, but then how can you scale that? And this is something I talk a lot about in my Bitcoin Business Accelerator book. Right here, get a copy. It's cheap. It's worth it. It's easy to read. Get that copy of that book. But consulting is one thing. And there's different types of consulting. So understanding the different type of consulting structures, things like that. But there's also a need for different types of services to accompany your consulting. One thing, here's an example. One thing that I like is offering services that allow me to bring in more revenue without requiring more time. So if you're doing one-on-one consulting, typically I recommend people charge an hourly rate, minimum of $150 an hour. It should be more, but minimum starting, and I detail that in my book, of $150 an hour. But once those hours are done, where's the money, right? You have to go out and get the next client, and then you end up on this consulting hamster wheel. So the only way to make more money is to charge more money for those sessions or add on additional value add services. So continuity programs, online resources, digital products, those type of stuff, events and workshops, all those things can help you scale and bring in more revenue for less of your time while still providing value to your clients. Other value added services are just making connections with other businesses, other entrepreneurs in the space for your clients. And there can be opportunities for affiliate deals there, referral fees, things like that, or just like joint ventures on different deals and things like that. So you got to keep your mind open that yes, you can start with consulting, but you can always branch out and add more things to it so that you're not constantly trading time for dollars. That's the goal, to not constantly be trading time for dollars. So those are the 5 key things that you can do to start a successful Bitcoin consulting business. So thing 0, get a copy of the Bitcoin Business Accelerator on Amazon or below. Thing number 1 is define your niche. Number 2, build your industry knowledge, educate yourself. Number 3 is develop a solid network, both of your target audience and of people who are influencers who have other parts of your target audience in their audience. Number 4 is establish your brand, build that personal brand today. And number 5, offer other value-added services, things like digital products, educational resources, workshops, things like that, so you can scale your business without increasing the amount of time you have to work in your business. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if I missed any below. Let me know your thoughts, comments below, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.